Hey, what's up guys? Danny Converts here. And yeah, today I thought we'd do a quick lighting breakdown of some of my favorite frames from 2019. So let's jump into it. So this is just like a variety of different frames from music videos, from commercials, from short films. And what you're gonna notice about all of these frames is that they're on the darker, moodier side, which is the style that I really like the best. And also you're gonna find that a lot of the lighting scenarios that I came up with were super simple, and it's funny how most of my favorite frames that I lit are the simplest. If this is going too fast for you, feel free to drop a question in the comments below and I'll happily answer because I love you. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are on our first frame here, and this is from a music video that I shot recently for an artist called Roses. So yeah, super moody, super simple scene that you're seeing. I only use one light in this setup, and that light is a Lightmatte 4 straight overhead with full grid diffusion in front of it. And that light is just casting straight down onto our subject, giving us that nice toppy, moody look that you're seeing here. And the only other thing only other two things that we added here are, I decided that I was going to wet the ground that our talent is sitting on right here. And what that did was just give us this reflection, just gave us a little extra something, to the scene, made it a little more dramatic, a little more cinematic per se. Other than that, the only other thing we did was just haze the snot out of this room, which is why you're seeing this nice soft glow coming from the light above. That haze is giving the light a lot of volume. So super simple scene, looks awesome. One of my favorite scenes in this video actually, so yeah. All right, so next shot was actually from the same music video, the supporting act, Matt Kearney. First thing you're gonna notice, again, we had that same haze going in the background, just giving the light extra volume, giving us more depth. We were using one Astera, and what an Astera is essentially just a remote powered, quasar that can do a lot more functionalities than the quasars, but it's essentially just picture a quasar tube. And we had one quasar rigged up here, giving us this nice edge, giving some shape to our artist here. And the only other light was another Astera tube rigged straight over top, giving us a toppy, light, giving us some accent to Matt Kearney's hat right here. So again, super simple setup. The white balance was again pretty low, just to give us this nice cool look that you're seeing here. All right, moving on to another frame. As you can tell, I really love my blues and cooled down frames. This one's a little more complex than the last two. You can actually see one of the lights that we're using. This is an Astera Pixel. Again, the light that we're using in this previous frame, but you can actually see what it is. It looks exactly like a quasar tube. We had two 4-foot Asteras stacked on top of each other and taped over to these poles. That's kind of backlighting our subject right here. You can see that nice little edge, getting a nice edge right here on our background talent. And what that edge is going to do is just separate our talent from what's in the background. And we also have the same thing going on this side. There's a pole right here on this side. I think this one has a little more magenta to it. It's a little more violet, just to give a little more color differentiation. So this one's a little more blue, a little more royal blue. This one's a little more teal. And then to light our talent, just overhead softness, I forget what light exactly it was, but we have a light straight over top, giving us a nice toppy look, just filling in some shadows on our subject, and it's kind of acting like our key almost. Then if you notice the back wall here, it's a little different color. It's a little warmer, and it's a little warmer because I wanted to separate all this blue and all of our subjects in blue from the background, and blue is naturally going to contrast with orange. So I just have like a little, I think it's just like a little LED panel, I don't even remember what it was, just shining on this back wall, just illuminating this back wall. Just again, giving us more separation, more depth in our image. Obviously, we had a ton of haze happening in the scene just so the light would carry and give it more volume. Also equipped some of our talent with flashlights, and they were waving the flashlights around, and with these anamorphic lens, every time one of these lights hit the lens, it just was like this really cool, awesome lens flare happening. Next, another music video. I shot a lot of music videos. This one's a little warmer. Again, I'm playing with contrast in colors. Red is going to contrast pretty well with a bluish teal. So this backlight that you're clearly seeing is shining through this little hole in the window. This blue tealish light that you're seeing is blasting through this door edge lighting, backlighting our subject right here, just separating them from the background, giving some depth and some shape to our subject. And again, you're seeing that light being carried because, again, the room is hazed up. Haze is just like a wonderful thing. But if you're hazing, make sure you're not hazing in front of your subject. Make sure the haze is in the back, which is where our haze is in this situation. Then our key light in this frame is a light mat, armed out on a C-stand straight over top, just giving us this nice little toppy look. And other than that, I think the only thing that we had was a little Yunguno. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Light wand just right off the corner to the left, just giving some red punch to our subject's face, again, to just separate from that bluish teal color right here. So yeah, hazed up, backlight, top light, little accent, and got yourself a cool little frame. All right, this frame right here is from the same music video from the beginning frames I showed you. So for this, we just, again, used one light, and that one light was an RE sky panel, just straight to the left, and that's already a pretty soft source that you're getting. But to even soften that sky panel up, I dropped some bleached muslin right in front of our talent, pretty close to our talent. If you look in your eyes, the eye light is coming from our source. It also just like looks really awesome because we poured water on top of Rose's head and the water's just dripping down. It's in slow motion. Yeah, so moving on to the next frame. I think I've actually talked about this frame before, but it's still just like one of my favorite scenes I've ever shot. And again, super easy, only 2 lights in this situation. Obviously, it's a cooled off look, so my white balance was lowered to like a 2700 or something. And again, what you're seeing here is a hazed up background. And this edge light that you're seeing that's very visible, that's flaring our anamorphic lens, is a quasar crossfade, cooled all the way down to daylight. And that's giving us our edge light. And I really want to wrap the light softly over our talent, but still keep it dramatic. So over top, I have an Aputure 120D with the light dome straight over top, just giving us this nice top light, just wrapping this backlight. As you can see here how the light is wrapping around her head, around her sweatshirt, just giving her a little more shape, but you're still getting like a nice light contrast with her dark face against this bright white wall. And you're getting this nice like light shadow separating her from this dark background. All right, and here is a shot from a short film that I shot over the summer. And this guy right here just has like a super great look. Like you gotta love the look of an old guy, you know? Just so much wisdom in that face. So here what we have is this bright light shining through the doorway over here, and that is an Astra 1x1 bicolor with a CTB gel over top of it. And if you don't know what CTB stands for, it is color temperature blue, and no diffusion over that, giving us a nice hard light, nice hard edge on the back of our talent here. And again, it's got some volume to it because the background is hazed up. Then the next thing that we have going on, you can see in his eye right here, you're seeing his eye light. That is going to be an Aputure 120D with a light dome right over here, camera right, shining pretty sidey on our talent's face right here, a nice soft key light pretty close to his face. And if you look closely, like on his medallion and like on the corner here on the edge of his shirt, and you know, on the edge of our foreground character's side, there's a little bit of red accents that you're seeing going on here. That red accent is just coming from a red gelled quasar, just pretty far in the distance, just giving it a little extra color. Pretty easy stuff, nothing crazy going on here, but love this scene. Think it looks awesome. Looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. Here is from the same kind of scene, same location, same warehouse, same camera. So right away you're seeing these red gelled quasars in the background, and those are just giving some accent. There's also a red gelled quasar to the left of our talent, just wrapping this around his face, just kind of like, you know, giving it some shape here. We have a blue gelled, a CTB gelled Astra to the camera right, giving us this nice side sharp edge right here, giving us some nice color separation and some nice light separation from our background, which is all red. And if you look here, just like a tiny little eye light, our talent was missing just like his eyes were falling black. So I think we just had like a little tiny light just held up, not giving much output, but just something to catch his eye, just to give his eyes a little more light. All right, and our very last frame. This was one of my favorite scenes that I shot all of 2019 right here. We were in this like little trailer. Again, hazed up the inside of the trailer, hazed up the scene. And this trailer actually came, you know, with these like window pane things that are actually kind of thick and had this like nice warmth to them. And all I did was from the outside of the trailer with a generator running out there, line up my Aperture 300D. And with that Aperture 300D, I just blast things straight through this window. And this window actually extends past this frame, which is why you're getting this nice wrap on our talent's face right here. And you're getting a nice eye light going. And behind our talent right here, these like curtain things weren't actually up. It was just the bare window. But I wanted to blast another Aperture 120D through the window just to give a little edge on his shoulders. And I didn't want to really like fall off into like what was out there because there wasn't much happening outside the trailer. I think we had like production equipment or something. So we hung up these little shears right here that I think I just like bought at like Amazon or something. Just hung those up, blasted the light through it, got this nice like soft little, you know, edge light going right here. Then just to give our character some shape, standing right next to me was just like a curtain of black just to stop any light from bouncing back into the shadow side of our talent. And I love shooting shadow side just because I feel like it gives our subject the most shape. So that black is taking away all the light bouncing back into his face, creating more contrast between, you know, what's being lit up and what's not. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I flew through it pretty quickly, but again, I wanted to get through a lot of frames and really just show you how simple all these setups were and how easily they are to achieve for all of you out there looking to get like a nice moody image. But yeah, hope that was super helpful for you. If not, I'm sorry I wasted your time. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Love you all. Talk to you later.